Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This channel is going to be Yu-Gi-Oh related stuff. This first video that I'm going to be posting is going to be a deck profile on my Evol deck. This deck is a little unorthodox. It doesn't use some of the main staples that the other deck does, but it seems to be doing a lot of work. I focused on eliminating the dead draws that would be when you got your Evil Stars into your hand and couldn't really get their effects off because they need to be in the deck, so let's get started. I only run one Westlow. I still love this guy, but seeing as what I'm trying to do with this new format is use my hand a lot more, he kind of becomes a little bit less relevant. I'm still running double Najashos because there's just so much you can do with this guy, so many things that contribute and get his effect off and get those Evil Stars that you need, get a Volcano or whatever you need to go into your XZs or anything like that. Next, this is what's a little bit different. I run two Evil Tile Pleros. These guys, when they're destroyed, you summon an Evil Star from your hand, and basically you set them, they get destroyed, and then you can go straight into that, and depending on what's going on, that could help you out a lot to get it going on your opponent's turn. I run one Odonto. This guy, when he's normal summoned, I can special summon an Evil Star from my hand. It's another thing focusing on the hand more than the deck, and it kind of makes sure that you don't really have as many dead draws, and it kind of helps the speed and consistency. Going into my Evil Stars, I run triple Volcano. These guys are great. I love this guy. He's pretty much an instant XZ depending on how you play him. You could maybe even get 3 of them off depending on the plays that you're doing with them. Still run 3 Diplo. This guy's your MST of the deck. Just pop a back row when you bring him out. I run 3 so that you don't have to worry about back row as much. I run 1 Pelta. This guy is kind of just a filler. He's a 4-star dinosaur that you can use for your XZ, and he's kind of... You don't have to waste an effect if you don't want to use that effect, so it kind of makes sure that your effects aren't wasted as much as they would be. I run 2 Darwinos. This guy raises level up by 2 when he special summons, so you could go into rank 7s or maybe even to 6s with some of your other guys. Kind of helps out with what you're trying to do on the field and make sure that things work a lot smoother. Then you have one of my favorite cards that I think is a really underrated, Elias. This guy is a rank 6, and when he's special summoned, you can drop another level 6 or lower from your hand onto the field. This guy is great for going into Solda, and Solda just does work, so I love getting at him however I want to. Next, you have my tech choices. I found out that I really like running 2 Blaster in this deck. Blaster is amazing. He's a Dragon Ruler. You know exactly what these guys do. You're used to him. But he works really well because all the dinosaurs and all the reptiles are fire, so you can get through him with that. And then to top off the monsters, I run 1 Gores. Gores is just great in any deck and helps you get over stuff that you might be having trouble with. Moving on to the traps. Not a lot of traps in this deck, just kind of some basic staples. 1 Bottomless, Compulse, 1 Mirror Force, a Torrential, and then I chose a Horn of Heaven because you're doing a lot of tributing with your Najashos and stuff like that, so if you can use it to negate a summon and then plus off of that on top of that, that's a really great thing to have. That does it for the traps. Going into my spells, 1 Econ because I'm doing a lot of tributing with other stuff, so I wasn't too worried about it. Only run 1 Duality. You're doing a lot of searching with inherent effects and stuff like that, plus you don't want to be blocking your special summons, that kind of slows you down, so I only run 1. A Book of Moon kind of saves your ass, or it helps with Westlow or whatever you're trying to do on top of that. 1 Dark Hole, if you get into some terrible situation you need to get out of. I still run a Soup because if I do get a dead draw, which is very unlikely, but if I'm using a Westlow or a Najasho, this lets you shuffle your guys back into your deck and get those effects off when you need them. Double MST, still working on that back row removal now that Heavy's gone. You kind of need a consistent way to get over it, and MST and Diplo, they all help with that. I run an Evo Price. I love this card so much because once per turn, you can special summon out your Evil Star or whatever from your Evo Tiles, and you can destroy anything on the field. So if you have something that you need to get over, some guy's got a beater out there that's just destroying everything, do a quick summon and it gets rid of it. I run a Fossil Dig for some of my higher level Evo Stars because it's a level 6 or lower, so Elias, Darwino, they're all viable use for them. Because Evo Diversity is only once per turn, this lets you get more than 1 search per turn, and I love doing that. I still run the staple of the 3 Diversity, that's your search engine, and I still run the 3 Evo Forces because that's just so broken with Najasho, how could you not use it? Going into the extra deck now, I run 3 Lagia. Some people only like to run 2, I like to run 3 because if you have a basically built-in Solemn Judgment with no life point damage, don't you think that you want to be running as much as that as possible? I only run 2 Dolka. he's more situational than Lagia is, so I like to kind of use him on the fly. And then I run one Solda. I love this guy. He's just pretty much invincible most of the time unless they do something stupid, and then you can get around that with a lot of the other plays in the deck. Then also for tech, I run a Cowboy. I run a Volcanosaurus because that guy's just amazing. And then I run a Photon Strike Bouncer as well because he just helps you get around stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first video, and I'll be doing more on my channel soon. Thanks.